Hello, everyone. I'm Peter Krauth, editor of Silver Stock Investor Newsletter. Welcome on behalf of the Metals Investor Forum. Today, we're speaking with Brad Langille, who is president and CEO of GoGold Resources. Brad, welcome.
Oh, thanks, Peter. Good to be here today.
Same here, and well, I know that you've got some big news, which we're gonna get to quite soon, but let's get right to it with first, if you could give the audience a sort of a quick overview of GoGold and tell us about who you are, where you operate, and just an overview of the company, and then we can jump into some more specifics.
Sure. I mean, GoGold, a Canadian company, traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange, but really we've been focused in Mexico my whole career, almost 30 years. We've built 4 mines down there. In GoGold itself, we have an operating mine. We've been producing from our Parral Tailings retreatment project for the last 9 years. But the real driver of the company is our Los Ricos project in Jalisco, down in Mexico. And that project, Los Ricos North and South, is one that we've had since March 2019. We've done about 250,000 meters of drilling. We've taken it from 0 ounces to in all categories, 242 million silver equivalent ounces, and another resource to come. And we have a year 2023, we describe it as our studies, engineering, permitting, and then 2024, we hope by the first quarter that it'll be our building year. And we're now, as we've done before 4 times in the past, we're making our transition from explorer, developer to producer.
So Brad, is it fair to say that 2023 is going to be a big multiple milestone year?
Yes, and in fact, the real milestones, and we had one today, and it was the first milestone we talked about was the Los Ricos North PEA, and it came in just as we thought it would. It's our pipeline. Now that study came out first, but it's really our pipeline for the future. One milestone that's really important is our new Los Ricos South resource, and that milestone is going to come in July, and it's going to be a new resource encompassing our very, very exciting Eagle Zone in Los Ricos South, which we acquired last year. Now we have 175 holes in, and republishing our PEA that was previously published down there, which had an NPV of 295 million. And we see that new PEA in Los Ricos South in being something that, you know, could even potentially get to double that number that we have already. So we're pretty excited about that. We see that as a big, big catalyst. It's coming as soon as July, followed by, before the end of the year, a pre-feasibility and more advanced engineering on Los Ricos South, a permit in hand, and 2024, build Los Ricos South and start making cash.
So some really big steps coming, and some big milestones, and certainly lots of catalysts to follow up on. And you know, some people might say, really, you know, that this PEA would, sorry, PFS ultimately would potentially double Los Ricos South. But I want to kind of, if you don't mind, bring attention to viewers on some of your most recent results at Eagle, which were just absolutely outstanding. And if you could just speak to that for a moment or two, because I think they're really quite something, and I guess that helps give an indication of why you're so bullish on how big Los Ricos South could become.
Yeah, you know, really in the Eagle Zone, and there's a higher grade portion of the Eagle Zone, we call it kind of the plum, but there, for example, hole 118, we see 55 meters of an equivalent grade of 2.7 kilos of silver equivalent. And you know, I was down the site a week ago and I was looking at that core, and there's sections where you can just see the electrum native silver, really spectacular. There's a 2-meter section there that's 63 kilos silver equivalent. That's the best drill hole I've drilled in my career, and for that matter, I think it's probably the best drill hole I've seen come out of Mexico in this silver gold space. But, that's with things like hole 35, 110 meters of 388 grams, included a section that was 11 meters of 3 kilos. You can see the slide there in front of you, and it goes on and on, 16 meters of 600 grams. But really, when you take all that and you put it together, and we're at that point, we're working on those block models, and what it really has is that it's wide. Peter, we think the average stope width is going to be 15 meters on average.
Wow.
So sub-level, long hole stoping, and we think that grade is going to be probably have a diluted grade around 400 grams. So if you look at some of our peers, they're a meter wide, and their diluted grade isn't that much higher than that, and they're making good money. Like in underground mining, it's all about ounces per vertical meter, and this has great ounces per vertical meter, minimum development for the ounces of precious metals.
Well, if this recent PEA on Los Ricos North and the really low all-in sustaining cost on silver equivalent production is any indication of what Los Ricos South could become, then I think that it really will be a cash cow for GoGold.
Oh, for sure. I mean, as I was saying before, Los Ricos North, we wanted to get that done, but that's pipeline for the future. And Los Ricos South is the more immediate that we're going to be building. And in Los Ricos North, though, a 413 million after-tax IRR, 29%, and really all-in sustaining costs at $9.68 per silver equivalent ounce, and 8.8 million ounces a year of production over 13 years. So, a great deposit, but you're right, Los Ricos South is in every way, it's going to even be better than that. So,
I just and I know that the focus to some extent is Los Ricos South, but I do just kind of want to point out to viewers that if I have this right, the after-tax NPV on Los Ricos North is about 70% of your current market cap. Do I have that right, Brad?
Yeah, it would be if you took the NPV of 413 million, and we have an NPV already on Los Ricos South that's going to be increasing by a lot. You're already at over 700 million NPV US.
Wow, so that's even combined bigger than your current market cap. So really,
and $100 million US in the bank account on top of that.
Right, and no debt.
And no debt. No.
Exactly, and that really helps to give perspective and provide at least some guidance and indication to viewers that to what extent GoGold is really undervalued right now by the market and underappreciated.
Yeah, and I think it's there is that step where you go from the excitement of discovery, resources, and then it comes the time that it's time to build. And I just think that, the audience should be reassured that this is not the first time for us. We built 4 mines, not all in GoGold, but the companies that we've been successful in over the years in Mexico. And, we know it's a challenge. We're up for the challenge. We're out there adding more talent to the team for, that underground bulk mine. But nothing's easy in the mining space. But this is the deposit that's pretty straightforward. Los Ricos South, wide, high grade, conventional metallurgy, and we see a great outcome.
Excellent. So, I mean, we've got a few minutes left. If I'm just thinking that if there's something specific you'd like to leave viewers with, and if you want to kind of give us an idea of the catalyst and wrap up, what the main takeaways would be for anybody interested in GoGold.
Yeah, one of the main takeaways is $100 million US in the bank account, no debt. So we have a clear path to getting this done. Fortunately, it's a tough market out there today. I wouldn't want to be out raising that equity today. We have a project, we think in Los Ricos South around $100 million to build. And so, you know, if we put in a debt facility, say for 40 or 50 million, just as a cushion, just as extra liquidity, we're in good shape. And but the milestones, we set these out in January for the year. We said, okay, Los Ricos North, you know, deliver that PEA. That one's done. Los Ricos South, new resource around the Eagle Zone, along with the rest of Los Ricos South, and updated PEA. That should be, well, the end of June. Let's call it July, and then we move to our PFS by the end of the year, and we feel very good about having a permit by the end of the year as well. So, you know, moving from where we are now today, no, 295 million to plus 900 million of NPV for the Los Ricos district, $100 million US cash in the bank, an experienced team, which we're beefing up more directly for, you know, the underground part. And yeah, it's 2023, the year of studies, permits, engineering. 2024, the year of building. 2025 is the year of generating lots of cash in Los Ricos South, which will propel this whole thing to be, you know, an 18-ish million to 20 million and silver equivalent ounce, high margin gold mining company. So, our gold and silver mining company in the sector.
That's a great recap. I think that if anyone is willing to dig a little bit and have some foresight and look at the company, how far along you are, the fact that you're already a producer, a lot of accomplishment under your belt, and the quality of the projects that you have going forward, the health, the financial health of the company, and so on. I think that this makes for a really compelling story, and I'd certainly invite anyone to look at it more closely and perhaps take advantage of the state of the market right now, and that not everyone is able to price things fairly all the time, and have, as I say, a bit of foresight. So, Brad, thank you so much for that great overview of GoGold. We certainly look forward to more updates from you, and wish you well with your multiple milestones that you have ahead of you for the rest of this year.
Great, Peter, and thank you for the meeting today and the audience. Thank you.